You guys have been asking me about this ever since I told you about it. Now I just opened it because I'm going to show you something. This is my muzzle brake, and I pulled it off of here, and I cleaned it before the last match, so it has about 200 rounds through that muzzle brake, so not a lot. But let me show you. All right, I'm going to show you what this stuff does. Okay. Wish I didn't have those bubbles on there. You'd be able to see it a lot better. There it is. Maybe go this way. You see all those bubbles around it? That's how fast this stuff works. All right, now, so one of the main questions that I get asked is, how do you use it? Well, I put it in the barrel just like any other carbon cleaner. Patch it. I run a wet patch through there. Well, actually, I run about 3 wet patches through there, just one right after the other, and just let it sit for about 5 minutes. Patch it out. You're gonna get a lot of carbon. The patch is gonna be pretty dark. You know, so wait about 5 minutes, patch it out with another wet patch, maybe give it another one, depending on how dirty your barrel is. Just go until you get just the faint of black. I don't know, it may take 5 to 6 patches to 10, I don't know. Like I said, just keep an eye on it, all right? Once you're comfortable that you got a lot of the carbon out, then you follow it up with alcohol. If you want to hear a funny story about CLR, go ask F-Class John on the comments to tell you guys about his CLR story. But anyway, look over here. Look how dark this stuff is already. Look how dark it is. I mean, we've been talking for 3 minutes. But anyway, follow it up with just alcohol. I think I have some here somewhere, but you know, you're gonna want to use the pretty heavy duty stuff. Like, I forget what it is. It's like 92% or whatever it is. Just follow it up with alcohol just to kind of get it all out of there. Maybe a couple of wet patches, and then start your procedure as you normally would. I follow it up with patch out. Let me get my stuff. So here, this is my cleaning kit that I keep with me when I go to matches. I have my accelerator, I have my patch out, and then I have my CLR right there. That's all it takes, okay? Now CLR, I use it. It's not gonna be, how can I put this? I use it on stainless barrels. I've never had an issue. And you know, I have left the muzzle brake in there for like 2 days with no issues whatsoever. So patching it out and leaving it in there for 5 minutes or 10 minutes ain't gonna hurt a thing, all right? This one time at band camp, this one time I had a barrel that was just carbon fouled like you wouldn't believe. I mean, I was just scrubbing and scrubbing. I look in there with a bore scope and just scrub. And it finally made me mad enough that I pulled the barrel off the action. I put an earplug on the end. I stood it up and I filled it up with CLR. I left it for about an hour, maybe 2. I forget how long I left it. I dumped out the CLR and patched it out. Carbon was gone. So this stuff is amazing, okay? And it's cheap. It's relatively cheap, but it works great. Now, I've only used it on stainless steel barrels, so I have no idea how it behaves on any other type of barrel. Obviously, use it at your own risk. So, you know, test it. Maybe, like I said, dunk a muzzle brake in there for a day or 2. I have heard that if you have any Cerakoted parts and stuff, it may tear those up. I don't know. Like I said, I have no experience with any of that whatsoever. So use it at your own risk, but it works freaking amazing. Look at this. All that black is carbon. Well, this is what it looks like. Here. This is what it looks like. And this bottle's pretty dirty, actually. There it is. There's the contrast. You guys saw what it looked like. You could see all the way to the bottom when I first put it in there. Yeah, it works super fast. If you need to clean your muzzle brake or whatever, throw one in there. It'll clean it out. Perfect. All right, so the CLR the brake has been sitting in there for, about an hour now. But it's starting to soak through this cup, so I'm gonna transfer cups. You can see what it looks like already. Look at all that carbon. Look at all that. Can you see all that carbon in there? Bottom of the cup. Look at that. Let me get that brake out of there. Look at all that carbon. I'm gonna put it in there. And my goodness, I'm gonna add a little more CLR just so that brake is completely submerged. All right. There it is. All right, we're gonna keep it here until tomorrow. I'm gonna keep this cup here as well. All right, so today is tomorrow. You know what I mean. Let's take a look at this brake. You can see it's the water's pretty calm now. It's not bubbling or anything, so let's pull the brake out of there. Let me set something up here so we can put it on. Do it right here. How about that? And this stuff, it says to wear gloves. I don't have any on me right now, but anyway, I'm gonna use these pliers to get that brake out of there. And look how clean that thing is. Okay. Look at all the carbon still falling out of that brake. It's been in here for a full, I'm gonna say 15 hours. And you can see the carbon is pretty much just falling off on its own. I could scrub it right now and all that would fall right off. But this is the one that we used yesterday, but I'm gonna transfer it back on here. See if we can see how much carbon is in there. You can see all that carbon. Look at that. Look at the bottom of that cup. Just full of carbon. Look at that. Look at that. My goodness. So anyway, that should give you an idea of how good CLR works. Look at that. Anyway, well, there you have it. This stuff works great, and it did not harm the brake whatsoever. I wasn't supposed to touch it. It doesn't hurt your skin. Okay, don't take my word for it. Just wear gloves, just like they tell you to do. But I mean, this stuff just works amazingly well. So I'm just gonna put this back in here because it's already soaking through. But anyway, that's how good it works. I'm gonna leave it in there for another few hours, and then I'll just take it out and rinse it off. Well, there you have it. Like I said, I have used it on stainless. I left that in there for 15 hours. I'm gonna leave it in there for another few hours. It'll probably be in there for 24 hours or longer. And as you can see, I'm not worried about it because I haven't seen it harm stainless. That is, I believe that's 416 stainless, maybe 303. I don't know. The point is, I haven't seen it harm stainless. If you have anything other than stainless, well, it'd probably be a good idea to maybe throw a stub in there for a few hours and see how it reacts. If you have a coated brake or anything else, I don't know how it's gonna do, okay? All I know is stainless works fine. I'm gonna change my outro. I always say, I hope all your groups are one hole, which I do, but it's a bit long. So Speedy says keep them small. Of course, he's a group shooter, right? So they're trying to keep them groups small. I am a score shooter. We're trying to keep them centered. So I'm gonna start saying keep them centered. That's a little spin of what Speedy says. So there you have it. All right, see you guys next time. Keep them centered. Bye-bye.